Where do I go to? Oh, my videos. Good evening, welcome to my live show. I've changed the time slot. I'm just trying to work out a new time slot because a lot of my audience are missing out. It's too early or too late for them, so I'm just trying to alter that, see how things go. So bear with me a minute because I've still got to set things up here. Okay, so I've got to go on to this one. So at the moment I'm just in the process of putting the descriptions in the link below. So bear with me a minute, people. And we've got 7 people there. I'll get to you, and then I'll be able to have everything up on my large screen so I can read your comments, which will be fantastic because that's what it's all about. Description there, paste. So there's quite a few descriptions. No, there's quite a few links in the description below. Get so tongue-tied, don't we? What else I've got to do? Paste that, save it, then go back to live. Okay, save that. All right. Good stuff. Now I've got to go into here. What have we got there? We've got nine people. All right, almost done. Bear with me a minute. Bang, close that one. And then we can get on the way. All right, so let's go here and watch that. All right, I've got the volume turned down so we don't get any feedback. Where do we type something? There it is. So who we got up there? Hello, Nita, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to have to move my camera just so I can see the amount of people. There we go, on the chat there. All right, so this is my Friday night live, but normally I would have come on about 10 hours prior to this time. But like I said, I've been looking for a different time slot to help a lot of other people out that are missing out on my live shows because a lot of people like to get involved with it. So what I've done, I'll just show you so you're in the loop. Hey, here's my time clock on my iPad. Okay, and I'm down here. And this loop is daytime and this is nighttime. This is America there. So they're just awake and all these people are awake now. They're able to watch it where before it was just only here. So I'm just trying this out, okay? Hopefully my sound is good. Can you hear me okay? Can someone let me know if they can hear me fine? Where's the chats? Why can't I see anybody's chats there? Oh, here we go. Barry, g'day mate. You can hear me okay, Barry Radburn? If you can just let me know if you can get my sound okay. Susan, yes, can hear you. Thank you very much. Okay, we got the sound sorted. My camera's up there. I've got to keep looking there instead of down there because that's me. I've got a big monitor there and I've got the camera up here. Okay, beautiful. Thank you for that, Barry. We got Sadie Bon Courage. Thank you, Sadie. You must be French maybe, eh? Unfortunately, I can't speak French. One of my sons can and my partner can. It's a rainy night here in Perth. It's, what are we? 7:15 in the evening. And so it's raining. We're supposed to be having a storm tonight, but we'll see how we go. And I've also want to get a few things across when I do the Friday night live. And just to my left over there, you will see a few paintings of mine. They are up-and-coming tutorials. I mean, this one is an older one, and so is that one, but that's a new one, and the top one is a new one. This one here will be coming out the week after next week, and that one will be the week after. Okay. Just started to rain in Geraldton. Oh, you're from Geraldton, Barry. Good stuff. Yeah, we're getting it all down the coast, I think, and coming inland down near Collie or Bunbury, all the way down there. How many people we got on there? Oh, I still can't see that. I'm going to have to move this. Okay, we got 10 people there. I've got to wait for a few people. Now, what I'm going to do while we're waiting, I'm going to go and just put this link over to my Facebook page so people can see there that I'm on. So bear with me. I am live now. I am. It'd be nice if I can get the keyboards hit right. Hey, paste that there. Okay, I better put that on public so everyone can see it. There we go. I've just put the link across to my Facebook page so people there that aren't on my YouTube channel can see that I'm live, and there we go, done. All right, back to the chat. Mike Muth. Hi in the USA, Florida. G'day, Mike. For those people who are new here, this is a super chat. A lot of people in previous shows have been asking me I should do super chat. I've got super chat enabled, which is the little, you'll see the $ down the bottom. That's if you like to support me, you can put some money through there and you send donations through like that. It's that easy, okay? You don't have to, but it's there for those people who like to support it with a donation. And once you click on it, you can slide the bar to the amount, and it's done through your Visa debit card or whatever like that, okay? Okay, we've got 12 people there. Anyway, I've sold a couple of paintings last week, and every time I do sell a painting, I like to acknowledge the people that bought them, and I also send them through Messenger so they can print it out in their own way, an autographed photo of me with their painting, so it's more personalised. So you get the painting in the post and the personalised autographed photograph of me with your painting. You get that through Messenger, and that's something else you can print out and hang on the wall, or even just stick it behind the painting that you purchased. And Gisela Peterson, she bought one of my paintings last week, and Hoswina Pathouse, she bought one of my paintings as well. Actually, she bought next week's painting, which isn't out yet. But why she got to see it first is because everybody that's in my videos that tell me when it's time to whack a frame on it, I send them a message telling them when their video out so they can keep a lookout for it. And she just said straight out, listen, I want that painting. So fair enough, I sent it off to her. So that's why she got that one. So that was Hoswina Pathouse and Gisela Peterson. They bought some paintings of mine last week. And also, when patrons jump on board, I like to acknowledge my patrons as well. And a new patron that came on last week was Anne Fuller. Thank you very much, Anne, for your support. Okay, we got Ina. Hi from Ina James Van, Rensburg, Durban, South Africa. Wow, all the way from South Africa. I hope everyone can hear me pretty well there. I might just go and put this across. Bear with me as well. How do I get to my art group page? I do, for those of you who do not know, I do have an art group page. It's called Indianapolis Art Network, and it's a platform where you can share your content, help other people out, comment, show who you are, show what you paint, show where you live, talk about yourself, get everything out there and have a good community going between everyone. It's great fun, getting a lot of good feedback from there. Why isn't that paste working? Here we go. Damn. Okay, I've just put the link onto the art group page there as well. And in the art group page, I always like people to, you know, support each other, which they are doing. They're having fun, and don't be shy to put pictures of yourself, because a lot of people see your art, but not everyone gets to see you. And it's nice to put a face behind the artwork, you know what I mean? And so don't be shy about that. And there are rules there. Just get yourself familiar with those rules. Mark Babbitt, he helped me out putting that together, so I give a lot of credit to Mark for helping me on that page there, Mark Babbitt. So, and give him a bit of respect as well, which you're giving everybody respect anyway. And probably the only three no-nos is no religious content, no political contents, and for those professionals, it's not a marketing platform, okay? If you're an avid artist and you want to sell your art, you're welcome to put it there and advertise it for sale, but I'm not doing, it's not a platform for professional people to market their content. That's okay. If hopefully you can all understand that. And if you have any iffies about what can you post, just message myself or Mark or Jeff Green, the admin, and we'll be more than happy to answer you when we get across to your comments, a message that you send us asking any particular question about that, okay? All right, I'll tell you what, this screen keeps moving. If I go that way, there we go, the numbers keep moving. I'm trying to see the numbers, and the blue behind that painting works out to be a beautiful background for because the numbers are in white. Okay, I better go back to the questions now. Where are we? Okay. Hello, dear friend from Hoswina Pothouse. Hello, Hoswina. Hoswina, you're looking great. Thank you very much. Always like to spruce myself up a bit when I do these live shows on my YouTube channel. I mean, I can sit at a shirt or in my lab coat and do my tutorials there, but this is a special moment where we can connect. I love to connect with my followers and supporters, and you know, it's an opportunity where I can get to put a shirt and tie on. Okay, I like it. I've got a cup of tea going here. I forgot to put sugar in my tea, but you know what? I don't mind it, eh? It's all right. Nita Nandi, I've made many paintings while watching your videos. Thank you very much, she says. Well, you're welcome, Nanny. That's what it's all about. You know, I've had some questions from people asking, is it all right to paint the paintings that I teach in my videos? And absolutely, that's what it's all about. These tutorials are to help you beginners, or even oh, we got a cat in here. G'day, Bernard. This is Bernard, for those of you who don't know Bernard. That's what the tutorials are all about, for you to paint them in your way, and you put your signature on it because it's your painting that you've done. And a lot of people are asking, is it okay to sell my painting I do from one of your videos? Absolutely. It's always nice if you used a reference picture of somebody, or say one of my tutorials, and just give that person a bit of credit saying you're inspired by their photo or their video. Okay, that's all it is. It's just that we all might take it for granted and think we all know this, but there are people that don't. Okay, so Bernard, this is his first, he's what, 6, 7 months old, 8 months old, and this is his first time experiencing the rainy, windy, woolly weather outside, so he's sitting inside. You were scared in the lounge room all by yourself, were you? Anyway, do me a favour, it helps me out if you can just stop, give me the thumbs up on this video, and share it to your social network. If you've got somewhere to share it to, share it on your page and get me out there. It helps me out a lot as well. And what else have we got? We've got a few things, a few points I want to get across. Let's read some more comments here. Gail Gamodi, hi Ian, I can finally watch you. Thank you very much. See, there's a lot of people that have been missing out. So this, for you, Gail, this is me trying a new time slot where the people that previously in my previous live shows were missing out. I've changed it a little bit, and I'm just going to see how it's going. We're going to test the waters here because I like to give everybody, I like to acknowledge everyone I can and give them the opportunity to talk with me as well, okay? Nita, I have made many paintings while watching your videos. Thank you, I read that one. Hoswina, I'm on a wine in the garden. You're having a wine in the garden, are you? Good stuff. Is your cat black? Yes, that one, he's gone now, but you all know I have Steve. Steve's been missing for 2 days and I've been knocking on all the doors, can't find him anywhere. I'm a bit worried, but hopefully he's just falling in love for a little bit. But I have Steve, and there are 2 other cats, a brother and a sister, Mary Lou Jackson and Bernard Watson. They're black and white cats, okay? But they're not in my videos. Steve's my little man. He's the footprint that goes on my autograph with everything. Thank you. I appreciate changing your plans for us. You're welcome, Gail. Thank you for your feedback on that as well. What else have we got here? I've read all that. I'll come back to those other 2 later. If there's any questions, that's what it's all about. Hit me with some questions if anything's bothering you about my videos. If you're happy with something, if you're not happy with something, if you don't understand anything, whether it's to do with my YouTube videos or my art group page, here I am. I'm all yours. hit me with it. And for those people who like to support my content, this is a super chat. You can hit the $ down below and send me a donation if you like, all right? Because all the videos I do, they're for free. They cost you nothing. And this is an opportunity where those people who do appreciate it would like to give me a donation, okay? It helps me and other people like me out buying our microphones, better cameras, paints, equipment, things like that. It helps us going along in our journey. Hello, says someone from a different font. I can't work that out. I'm from Morocco, says me, Amina. Hello, Amina from Morocco. Gail, will there be a tutorial for the cabin painting in the background, please? Yes. Where's me scratcher, back scratcher? These are all tutorials that I've done. When I find time, I film a tutorial. It might take me 2 or 3 hours to film it, start, stop, putting a video together to create a painting. One's gone, and the one that's gone will be out on Tuesday, Monday night or Tuesday my time. And then just the day before yesterday, I filmed this one and that one. And that's a boathouse on the river there. And this is a tribute to Bob Ross's Evening at Sunset. A few chats ago, someone was asking, can I do another Bob Ross tribute? I had done one previously a year or so ago, and it was a good subject. People can relate to it, and they were asking me if I can do another one. So they were asking, can I do the Evening Sunset one of Bob Ross's? So that's my version of it down there. But that'll come out next week. And so yes, they are all tutorials there. Look out for them. There is a link in the description below. What have we got? We've got about 6 or 7 links down there. Have a look to see what links I'm always putting under my YouTube video. When you got the video there, scroll down and there's links in the description below. And there's one, let's say, I'll just scroll down here now and read them out to you. There's one for there's a donate one, or you can use that donate one when you're purchasing my paintings. It's a PayPal, direct through PayPal. There's my Facebook page. If you want to add me on Facebook, if you haven't already, you can tell me you met me on YouTube, add me on Facebook, and I'll accept your friend request. That way I know you're not a fake person, and that gives you the opportunity to message me direct as well. There's a Patreon one there for my patrons platform. There's one that shows you my whole video content on YouTube. I have over 240 tutorials there, and there's a lot to knock yourself out with. There's also one for my son Reese's art channel. If people want to watch his stuff there, there's a link to show you what paintings I have available for sale. And there's one for my Art Network group there, and there's also a link that'll take you to the bloopers that I have available. They are some of the behind the scenes where mistakes were made, a bit of bad language was spit out, where, you know, the cut out scenes. Well, there's bloopers there for those people that like to watch bloopers and have a bit of a chuckle and a laugh. Carolyn Butfield. See, this is working because I'm seeing a lot of different names here now than my usual time slot. There's a lot of different people here, which is fantastic. So this is great. Where was I? Carolyn Butfield. How do I get my painting assessed? I started 5 weeks ago. Assessed? How do you mean, do you get it assessed? You mean, do you want it critiqued or assessed? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Carolyn. If you can ask me in a bit more of a different way. I'm not a full bottle. Sorry about that. Karen Porridge is saying, hi guys. Hello everyone from Karen. Barry Radburn. Looks a bit like the boathouse at Crawley Bay. Exactly, Barry. It is that one. I can show you it. A lot of people are familiar with it. Bernard's back. I don't know if you can see him. He's a black cat. These aren't posted out yet, so you get first look at them. This is the boathouse on Crawley Bay and the Swan River. It's just my rendition of it. And it's got like a moon there and a bit of perspective. I'm showing how to get the perspective for the jetty in there so it's not too low or too high. So watch the video for that. It's a simple technique and one you will not forget. And another one that's coming up is the Bob Ross tribute to his Evening at sunset. I did my version of it, but in acrylic. Okay. All right, let's read some more questions here. It looks like the boathouse. Yeah, so that's the boathouse on Crawley Bay there. Hi, says Hoswina. Hi, Karen. I want to know if I am any good. Okay, Carolyn. Well, you're more than welcome to, not right now, but later on, after you have time, you're more than welcome. If you're not a friend of mine on Facebook, go to the link and add me as a friend. And you're more than welcome to send me your painting picture and say, listen, Ian, I follow you, I painted this, I do this, whatever. Could you please tell me if this is good, bad, where I'm going wrong or where I'm going right, and I can be honest and critique it for you and assess it for you that way, if that's what you're after. And I can give you my take on it and what I see exciting. Every artist has different views. They can see a painting differently. So one artist could assess a painting one way and another artist could assess it a totally different way. It's, as they say, or as I would say as well, with art, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Everyone looks at something differently. So they're given their assessment on the way they see it, okay? Yes, that would be good, thank you. Yeah, okay, so you're more than welcome, Carolyn. You can do that. How many people we got there? 25 people, that's good stuff. For those, obviously got a few more people since we started, so every time I come live, this is your opportunity to connect with me and ask me any questions. And every time somebody buys my paintings, I like to acknowledge it. You know, people do send me gifts, they send me cups, they send me paints. And I had a lovely gift. This was in the painting, one of these paintings I filmed the other day. You'll see it in there, but I'll show you now. Hoswina Pothouse, I won't show you the letter, but she did send me a beautiful letter. And she does a lot of my tutorials, renditions of my tutorials, and she does her own take on them, which is fantastic. And she does a lot of her own creative ideas. And these are just some good photos. She printed them out on gloss photo. That's one of mine, but she's put it in the silhouette of a head, which is her take on it, which is great to see. These sort of photos would look beautiful behind a glass frame. Okay, so she sent me these as a gift. Then there's one she's did of an eye. Okay, and I really appreciate this stuff. And every time I get things like this, I like to acknowledge the person or people and let them know that I love it. Okay, so you don't get left out as well. Where were we up to? That would be great. What is the best way to start acrylic painting if you have no experience at all? The best is go with your imagination, work out what you want to paint, and then if you know what you want to paint, then you need to practice, and that will involve in either looking up on the internet or YouTubers like myself and other people. You can see how to paint clouds, how to paint a landscape or whatever, but don't watch a tutorial how to paint a landscape then try and paint the landscape. Learn what's in the tutorial of the landscape, let's say the sky, the midground, the foreground, whether it's a lake or a field. Work out those subjects and practice them. It takes a lot of practice, okay? And then practice those subjects on some scrap paper or a cheap canvas pad or some cardboard. And when you feel you're getting it, put it all into a full-blown painting then. That's the best way, okay? That's what I can say. When I started painting back in 2012, I tried painting a full painting straight away, and I didn't know. I had no one to tell me either, and you know, they were just looking like snot, and it was frustrating. And when you do something that looks a bit snotty, it does frustrate you, so it pays to research, watch and learn and practice, and then put it into a painting. You can have a painting just on different trees. Practice your trees and keep it. And if you like one certain tree that you've done, when you're doing a painting that involves a tree, you can look at that tree in your painting and go, yeah, I'm putting that in there, and away you go, all right? Wow, lovely work, Hoswina. Great work, Hoswina. They love your work, Hoswina. Good stuff. What have we got there? We've got 21 people. So yeah, any more questions, feel free to ask me. Now, I'm going live on my iPhone here, and unfortunately I have to have the cable unplugged with my microphone plugged in, so when or if the battery says the battery's ready to die, I have to unplug it and put the power lead back in, and I won't have the mic. I'll just have the echoey room sound, but that's okay. Oh, if it's anywhere, I'm only going to go about an hour anyway, so if it's near there, I'll end the show anyway. So you've roughly, what have we been on here for? 25 minutes? So you've probably got another 35 minutes if you want to connect with me and ask me anything specifically, even if it's about some hobby that you like or you're starting up or something as well. Once again, Ann Fuller, thank you very much for supporting me on my Patreon's platform. And Giselle Peterson and Joswina Pathaus, they bought some of my paintings last week. Thank you very much. And like I said before, I'd like to acknowledge those people that support me and buy my artwork, okay? And does everyone have any issues or doubts or misunderstandings about my art group page? Or is everything pretty smooth sailing there? Or is there anything you don't understand that I might be teaching in my YouTube tutorials? Thank you, says Oswina. Karen Porridge. Ian, for shadows or reflections, do you just add black? Oh, in a simple, easy beginning painting, maybe you can use that to acknowledge your shadow. But the more advanced you become, where's an example? What I have done, let's say you've got a green field and a tree. I might add a real darker value of green. I did an English cottage for a friend of mine's wife, and it had a fence with the shadow, and the shadow was half on the lawn and the rest was in the sunlight. So I painted all the lawn, and then the bit in the sunlight I highlighted. So as an example on this one, it's probably not much to see, but around here, I highlighted this green a little bit brighter than over here, okay? You can create shadows that way. Let's say you've got a brown object. Try the browns, the reds, the browns. Use the color a bit darker. Try it that way. It's something you would have to practice. Where are we up to? Karen Porridge. Do the colour already used in the easy way? I'll read that again. Do the colour already used, is that the easy way? Yeah, you can use the colour you've already used, just mix it a bit darker, add a bit of brown or black, a little bit of black in it to make it a bit darker. Try it. That's something where you need to do a lot of practicing. I haven't done many shadow explanations in my videos, but there are a few in my catalogue. I just don't know which one they are. And when I do doing those procedures in my videos, I do talk about how to create that aspect as well. Nancy is saying, hi Ian, hi everyone. Good to be back with you. I've been incognito for a few months now. I've missed you all, says Nancy. Good to have you back, Nancy. Gail is saying Facebook page is straightforward for me. Thanks, Ian. Nancy is saying, Ian, is that painting for sale? Yes, they are. They are all for sale. Okay, and the easiest way to sort out a purchase of my paintings is you message me in Facebook and you tell me which painting you want to purchase. There's a link in the description below to show you just what paintings I do have available for sale as well. These aren't in there yet because these aren't released yet, but you're still welcome to buy them even though they're not released. But the people appearing in the video snippets, because as you know, some people appear in my videos towards the end saying it's time for Ian to whack a frame on it. I give them first opportunity, and if they don't want to buy it, well, that's fine. Then it's open for everybody else, because the first one that got sold, someone bought it, and then the person that was in it come to me and goes, oh, I want that painting because I was in it, but unfortunately it was already sold. And I thought, well, next time I'll give the opportunity to the person appearing in my video of that painting first choice, and then it'll be out there for everybody, okay? So yes, they are all for sale. And you message me on Facebook regarding a purchase, and you need a PayPal account because all payments are done through PayPal. Ian, is that painting for sale? Yes, I have sent a request on Facebook. Okay, Carolyn, I'll get to that. Karen Porridge, that makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Antonio. Hi, Ian. You say no religious content on your Facebook. Does that mean no Madonna or no religious paintings? Oh, no. It doesn't mean that. It means, people start debating about different religions and, gossiping backwards and forwards and their religion, just that sort of stuff. Or, politics, talking about politics. It doesn't mean you can put a painting of your Prime Minister or your leader of state on there, that even though it's a political subject, but I don't want any commenting about, people getting in a barney or an argument over political content or religious content. But you're more than welcome to put religious paintings up there. If you've got a painting of Jesus or some religious figure there, the Pope or whoever, or Donald Trump, by all means put it on there. And if you're not sure, like I said earlier, just send me, Mark or Jeff from the admin a message and say, is it all right? It'll be sorted real smart, real quick. Oh my God, I typed bad, says Karen Porridge. Hi, no religious, read that one. Haswina, thank you everyone, be my friends after yesterday live. Yes, Edwina was very grateful, those people who watch her live. She goes live and she's very appreciative of the people that look at her artwork. She's a brilliant artist. Have a look at when she goes live. She's fantastic. Nancy saying, I will buy it, show it again, it's mine, I will purchase it now. All right, you've got to tell me which one. So we got 1, 2, 3, or the fourth one. You have to tell me which one. Okay, and where are we up to? Boom. Oh, paintings, religious, or that one. Okay, hello Ian, you have read the Bible before? I've read Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, Corinthians 1 and 2, Samuel, Ruth, Ezra, Nehemiah, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Ezra, Nehemiah, Samuel 1 and 2, Psalms 1 and 2. I've read all those books in the Bible, but when I was young, I used to be in the Salvation Army band, blowing me trumpet there. So I have read the Bible before, but, I will buy it now. Okay, we read that one. So good. Thank you, Ian. I love how you explained everything. You are helping me a lot. Thanks again. Thank you very much, Fatima. That's wonderful feedback. I love the feedback. Ian, have you read the Bible before? I've read that one. Yes, I have read the Bible before. Matthew 24, when I was young, used to always get me a bit worried, but we're not here about religious content anyway. But yes, I have read the Bible before, the answer to your question. And my wheel to my chair, excuse me a minute, did this last week, is knotting up the wire for my microphone. Where are we up to? I will buy it, read that one. So good, thank you Ian, I love how you explain. I read that one from Fatima. Shelley, Ian, have you read the Bible before? That's another one. Draw close to God, Ian, and he will draw close to you. Okay, Shelley, but yes, a relationship with Jesus is not religion. No, that's fair enough as well. But like I said, everybody has different religions, and some people get caught in mine's better than yours. No, yours ain't better than mine. It creates that sort of thing, and it's the art group is just not a platform for that. There are religious groups, you can go to those ones if you're into that and post your religious stuff on there. That's what the religious groups are for. Art groups are for arts, fishing groups are for people that fish, golf, and so on and so on. Karen Porridge, Shelley, we're talking about art. Yes, so Shelley, I don't know if you're a real person or you're one of those people that's going to creep in to try and be a bit nasty with me, but I've got my eye on you, so don't worry about that. I'm not being... Okay, Paul Wren, g'day Paul Wren, how are you mate? Are you doing any tutorials on a lake? Example fishing, or not fishing, but I've done a Bob Ross tribute of an evening sunset. So it's a sunset or sunrise over a lake, which is that one down there. Real person, I'll stop. Okay, no, that's okay. If you're a real person, that's okay, Shelley. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there, but yeah, it's just not a place for, it doesn't mean I hate God or I hate people that hate God. Everybody, each to their own, is entitled to have their own fulfillments in life and beliefs and whatever, okay? But I'm not here to hate you. It's just that this is a medium, this is a platform for our art, okay? So I respect your boundaries. Thank you very much, Shelley. Karen, thank you, Shelley. There you go. What have we got there? We've got 25 people there. Good stuff. And don't forget, this is a super chat. And there is a $sign down below. So for those people who want to hit that $sign, you can put the amount of money and send me a donation there on the super chat. That's what it's all about. People asked me before I should be doing this, so I've enabled that, so it's there ready to go. And last week a few people sent in some donations, which was fantastic, and it helps support me a lot with my art content, getting more paints and mediums and, you know, bits and pieces. It's fantastic. What else have I got there? I want to thank everyone for their support. That's another thing. My channel's just hit 66,000 subscribers. So it's all about you, the people, my followers. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support, and it's keeping this channel going of mine. Okay, what else is there? By the way, if you're adding me as a friend on Facebook, just be sure to tell me, look, I saw you on YouTube, Ian, blah, blah, blah. Can you add me as a friend? And then I will accept your friend request. If you're just sending me a friend request, it will not be accepted, because I just don't know who you are, and there's just that many people that send requests through, okay? There we go. We got a donation from Karen Porridge. Thank you very much, Karen. That is much, much appreciated. Thank you very, very much for that, Karen. Can you do a tutorial on how to paint a sheep? Oh, a sheep. I'll look into it, but I can't guarantee it. That is another thing I'd like to... I do get a lot of requests on subjects to paint, but unfortunately, I cannot paint every request. My channel, in my mind, has its own road that it travels, and sort of subjects I like to put on that road and travel down with it. And if your requests suit those subjects, they get put into my channel. But if they don't, I'm not just going to say nah, but they just won't happen, that's all. But I'm being upfront with you about it, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, no worries, and not worry about it. Here we go. Oh, Karen Porridge, she's just donated another donation. Thank you very much, Karen. Karen Porridge, yes, it's the same Karen, it's just two different colours there. Thank you very much. Anyone who wants to jump on board with Karen there and do what Karen's doing and hit that $sign on this super chat, feel free. And if you donate more than her, she's up the top. If you donate more than her, they bump her off and put you up there. It's a bit of a scam, but it works. That would be amazing. Understand. Oh, that would be amazing. The grace you possess, Shelley. I'm drinking my cup of tea with no sugar in it. I forgot to put sugar in my cup of tea. How long have we been going for? 38 minutes? Oh. The only thing worse than a cold cup of tea is a tea that you didn't put sugar in. I only have a bit of a sugar in it too, and just that little bit makes a big difference. Anyway, is this down the bottom there? I'm here to connect with you, so if you have any more questions or misunderstandings about anything, feel free to hit me with them. What have we got there? We've got 23 people, so I'm sure 23 people can think of something to ask me, even if it's like, I know, why did I make these cards pink, or where did I get the tie from, or when this, or when, anything you want to connect with me about. Okay, we've got Barry Radburn. Do you see special, oh, sorry, here we go. Like and share, said Poor Ren. I was recommended to you by the Art Sherpa, says Suzanne Jank or Janake. I'm sorry I can't pronounce that properly. I ain't the brightest light in the house, but Janky. Maybe it's Susan Janky. I was recommended to you by the Art Sherpa. Well, thank you very much. Next time you talk to the Art Sherpa, you tell her that the acrylic guru said thank you very much, all right? That was pretty easy. Liked and shared, says Poor Ren. Barry Radmore. Do you see these special on acrylic paints at Aldi a couple of weeks ago? Tubes of paint for 99 cents. I tell you what, I didn't. I go to Office Works. I get them there. They're a little bit cheaper than the art shop, but I'll have to suss out Audi's. Are they still there, Barry? If you can tell me if they're still there or not. But I might look into that. Well, I not might. I will look into that because there's an Audi's at Mirrabooka not far from me. We are so lucky to have professional artists at our fingertips, says Karen Porridge. I know, it's amazing. That's what frustrated me when I started to paint. My clouds were looking powdery and just looked like screwed up cotton wool, and they looked very snotty. And I was so frustrated. But when I found the internet, realizing what a tool it was, and watching people how to paint clouds, your way comes to you. And I just automatically adopted my own way. It just happened. I didn't plan that. And it does help you. It's amazing how professionals and their work is at your fingertips. It's fantastic, Karen. Carolyn Butfield, I got paint in my tea the other day while I was painting. Oh my goodness. I've never done that yet and I plan not to, but one day it might happen. I got paint in my tea the other day while I was painting. I just read that one. It's a shame it's too hot in my art studio. It's a shame. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Hoswina. Is it too hot for you to sit and watch the show, or too hot for you to do some painting? That's a thing I find when I go out in the art studio and paint. When it's hot, it's very uncomfortable, but I've got an aircon in there, so that cools things down a bit. Once again, I want to thank Karen Porridge for her donations there. She sent some donations through on this super chat. The super chat is all about the $sign down below. For those people who feel like sending me a donation, they can hit that $sign, and it's connected through your debit card, and it'll come across to me, and it supports me in every little way. Okay. Barry Radmore, nah, you got to be quick. Keep a lookout in your junk mail. It pops up sometimes. Well, oh, I don't get junk mail. I got a massive big sign on my letterbox saying, I said no junk mail. Okay, I hate junk mail. I just hate it. Don't read it. I don't read anything, which I should do, but I don't. Well, that's gone. That's no good. But I have found it in Office Works, so Barry. Where else was we? Oh, and those people getting into art as well. I just wanted you to know that it's a great avenue for if you're stressed or do have some depression going on in your life. It puts you in a happy zone, and it can create a healthy mind for yourself as well. You can create a routine with your art if you like, and even if it's just a simple routine, it can keep. We all deal with stress in our life, but it's just a way that can keep it down there instead of up here. Okay. It's a shame it's too hot. Read that one. I've got to be quick. Painting is a great help with my depression. It's very calming, says Carolyn Butfield. Absolutely, and I agree with you there, Carolyn, because I've even got some bullet tips here. Every show I like to just say that it helps with depression, your stress. It can, well, it more than likely puts you in a happy zone, and it does give you a healthy mind, okay? So true, Carolyn, says Susan. Hoswina, hot to paint. I'm watching you in the garden and go in to the pool. Oh, you're having a pool party out there, you lucky lady, with your wine. Hot summer's day in the pool. That's great. Paul Wren. Think I pressed wrong. I pressed the donate link and didn't not the $sign, sorry. I didn't know if there was a donate link there. No, you don't press the don. On these super chats, just for those people who don't know, at the bottom where you chat, there's a $sign in a square box. If you click that, it'll show you a slide bar, and you can slide it from $1 to $10, $50, or umpty $1 million, whatever. And yeah, you slide it to your preference and then send it, and obviously it's linked with your debit card, whatever, and it'll go through that way. The donate link on the descriptions below, that's for if someone's watched, you know, I've had some comments on my videos where people go, man, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, rah, rah, rah. That's just for them if they think, well, I'm going to send him $5 or $2 or $10. That's there for that. And it's also a link. It's in my Facebook page. It's a link so you can click on it straight away if you're buying a painting, because all my paintings are done through PayPal. We've got some more questions here. Great job, encourage us beginners. Thank you, says Susan Wilkinson. You're welcome, Susan. I insist on taking the time to paint because it's the only time I get to myself. There you go. That's from Gail. Maureen Mansaz. The painting I see of the boat shed in the Swan River, is that a tutorial on YouTube? It is, but it has not been released yet. There's a Snow Mountain being released on Monday or Tuesday my time, and then the week after is the Evening Sunset, the tribute to Bob Ross, and then the week after that will be the Boathouse. Okay, I'm putting a video up every Tuesday from my tutorial channel because, as a lot of you do know, and those of you who don't know, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm a roof plumber, roof carpenter. I do things, I'm a roofer. And that's my income. And I don't work every day on it, so the days I'm not working, I'm in the studio trying to create content for my YouTube channel, okay? So if I was a full-time YouTuber, I could probably start putting quite a few tutorials up every week, but at the moment I'm kind of limited to one. If I get time and can get 2 up in 1 week, I do, but at the moment I'm sticking with the 1 a week because it's all I can handle at this stage, okay? And I think I've seen Steve come in. Was it a black cat or because Steve, I haven't seen Steve for ages. The cat has been coming in. Bernard Watson's been coming in and out. There's a lot of space over the pool. Good stuff, Oswina. I think I saw Steve come in. I read that from Karen Porridge. Caroline Miller, how do you manage to paint in very hot weather? Well, I've got an aircon in the art studio. My art studio is actually a granny flat. It's a 2-bedroom self-contained unit that my sons live in. One son's moved out, so my other son, Reese, is living in there. But it's aircon. It has a kitchen. It has a toilet, shower, 2 bedrooms, fans in the bedroom, and an aircon in the living area. But the living area now is my art area where I do my filming of my art tutorials. It used to be in my dining room of the house, but I wanted the house back as a house. So we put the dining room back together, and the area in the granny flat is my art studio / Reese's little apartment there. That's how I manage it, Caroline. Over 40 degrees here in Spain. Oh, you're in Spain. It's good to know. You can all tell me where you're from as well. So Caroline's in Spain. Hasweena's in Holland. My grandson was a steeple roofer. That's probably from England or somewhere like that. We don't have those type of roofs here, but I was a roof tiler. And now I've become a roof plumber where I put the gutters and the flashings on, and the tin roof now. I do those sort of things. And patios, Colorbond steel patios. And roof alterations when someone's roof's sagged. I'll pull the guts out of it and level it all up and put it all back together so she looks beautiful. Hello in Andalusia, says Carolyn Miller. Just messaged you about purchasing number 3 painting. Okay, Nancy, if you can tell me, I'll write that down on a bit of paper so I'll remember to look that up when we finish the live here. It's number 3, is it? So it's number 3 painting you're telling me, is it? Or is it the 3rd one down from here you're talking about? If you can be a bit more specific there. Actually, what I can do there is, and I just left live YouTube. I want to purchase the 3rd painting down. Okay. Which one was that one? Boom, boom. Well, like I said, if you're still there, who was that one? Nancy. Angela Young appears in that video as the video she sent in telling me when it's time to whack a frame on it. And like I said, I give the people that's appearing in my videos, I give them first opportunity. Not all the time they do buy it, but I'd like to give her the first opportunity. And if she doesn't need it or can't afford it or doesn't want it, well then it's open for you, okay? But I've got to give her the opportunity first, because the first girl that I think it was, oh God, what was her name? I forget her name, but the one she was in, she wanted, and I already sold it to somebody else, and I felt bad for her, and I didn't want that to happen again. So the people that do appear in my videos, they get opportunity first, and like I said, if they don't need it, well, then you're welcome to have it. NYC says Nancy Diaz-Rhines from New York City. Gail Commodi is from South Wales in UK. Susan Wilkinson is from Up S, whatever Up S is. Susan Wilkins is, US, sorry. She's from the US. Carolyn Butfield is very, very cold in Murray Bridge tonight. Supposed to be 1. Well, if it's going to be cold, this is where it makes you appreciate your warm blankets and your clothing. And if you've got heating, you can turn the heater on. It makes you appreciate the simple things, doesn't it? I'm here, says Nancy. Okay, well, I hope you heard what I just said about the painting. I like to give that third one down. That's got Angela Young appearing in it, telling me when it's time to whack frame on it. So I do want to give her first opportunity first, but if she doesn't want it, you're more than welcome. Hit the link below and look at my art for sale. There might be something there you can get ready to ask for if that one is not available. That one's not even released yet. It won't be released for another 2 weeks. But what's in my art for sale, they're already available. And what's there are available. When one of those is sold, it's removed, so you're not asking for one that's already been purchased. Need to go for lunch, says Paul Wren. Okay, you have a great lunch, Paul. Thank you for joining me. All the best to you. Jim Cooper says, greetings. Where you from, Jim Cooper? Let's tell everybody where you're from, Jim Cooper. Good name, isn't it? Jimbo Bob. Nancy, okay, just let me know. Okay, I will let you know, Nancy. I'll let you know. I'll just put it on there, let you know. And that was from Nancy. Okay, I'll let you know about that anyway. Need to go for lunch. Carolyn Miller, Scott here in Spain, paint on terrace. Love your tutorials. Scott here in Spain, paint on terrace. Love your tutorials. There you go, whatever that means. I'm not quite sure if you're a Scot. It's Karen Miller saying Scott here. Hoswina is saying, I have to buy a mic. Maybe there is no echo anymore when we are live together. Yes, with your live, when we go live together, Hoswina, if I've got my volume to my computer down, so everyone can only hear me, where if I turn it up, you'll start getting the background feedback noise, and that's what was happening with you yesterday. You need to turn your volume down on your computer and just leave the volume on your iPhone as it is, because that's the one you're going live with. I have mine, yes, says Hoswina. Louisiana, Jim Cooper. Louisiana, New Orleans, Jim Cooper. Louisiana, New Orleans. That's in America. A lot of people from America, aren't they? That's great. Big place, that. I'm Scottish. Paint outside on the terrace early every morning when it's cooler. Oh, so let me go back to your other one then. How did I mess that up? Scott here in Spain. I'm Scottish and paint outside on the terrace early in the morning when it's cooler. Yeah, sometimes the morning atmosphere can be different lighting. The atmosphere's more fresh and crisp. You've got your morning coffee going. I'll have to try that sometime. Get up and paint. I've never painted early in the morning, but I think it'll be nice. What have we got here? We've got 53 minutes. We've got 14 people on there. Once again, I'd just acknowledge people that's come on my Patreon platform last week. It was Anne Fuller. Thank you very much for supporting my content there. And a couple of people bought some paintings off me last week, and that was Gisela Peterson. Thank you very much, Gisela Peterson. And Hoswina Pothouse, she bought a painting of mine last week as well. So whenever you buy my paintings, I always like to acknowledge you. And just for those people who don't know, when you receive my painting, I'll also send you an autographed, personalised photograph of myself with your painting. That'll be sent to you in a message. So you can print that out to their own size and either put it behind your paint or put it in its own little glass frame itself. Okay, something you can keep there. Only 20 in the morning. That's, oh yeah, there you go. What else have I got on there? My bullet points. I thank you all for your support. Any people that do buy my art, they are done through PayPal. You asked me for my PayPal account. It is an email, and I'll send you the email, and that's the account. And at the moment, they are all $69, and that includes postage and handling to your door, okay? I will give you a phone call when Aldi advises again, says Barry Redburn. Thank you very much, Barry. I'll appreciate that. BB Cats 11, thank you for your vids. Ian, Bianca here. G'day, Bianca. Been watching for months and love your approach. Thank you very much for that beautiful feedback, Bianca. You're a beautiful person. Love it. Karen Porridge, how long have you had your Facebook page for, Ian? Do you mean the art group page or my actual Facebook account? I've had the art group page for maybe 2 months now, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. It's very young. It's just started up recently in the last few months. But obviously on Facebook, I've been on Facebook since, I don't know, 10 years or more maybe. How long have you had your Facebook account? Read that. That was from Karen Porridge. Susan Wilkinson. Any idea how to frame a 5x7 canvas panel? Well, if you make a if you measure your painting, where are we? How can I sort this out with you? You're best off making frames or get someone to make it for you, and you need it rebaited back so it can sit flush, and you can either staple it on, because most frames are made out of soft timber, and then tape around it. I've made a couple of frames. The frame you see me whack on at the end of my paintings, that's one of the ones that I've made, and I've just got a stick of timber and I routed an L-shaped nodge out of it, and that was the inside, and I mitered it all to the appropriate size of my together, painted it up, and that was my frame. But if you're not handy like that, you'd have to go to an art framer or a framer and get them to make it up to your size. Or if you can buy one from a second-hand shop, even if it's an old frame picture, buy it for the frame, and so long as you can cut it down on a 45, the width and the height, and put it back together to fit your painting. That's another idea you can do as well. A lot of people do that. They go to the second-hand shops, the salvos and things like that, and buy cheap prints and stuff that are already in frames, and they just buy them for the frames. And sometimes they have nice borders in them as well. You can use some hardware. Any idea how to frame? I've read that one. That was for Susan Wilkinson. Karen Porridge. Art group. Wow, I must have joined when it was new. And I just started painting. Yeah, it's only a few people started when it was new. Well, I suppose everyone started when it was new. Yeah, but it's only a couple of months old. It's not that old. It might have a date in there when it was started, when it was created. But Mark Babbitt, I think he's from the East Coast in America. He might be asleep now. I'm not quite sure. Just let me have a look what time it is over there. Oh no, he'd be awake, but it's probably, let's say, New York time. It's 8 a.m. in the morning there. It's probably a bit early for everyone to get out of bed over there. But everyone in Europe, Paris, Amsterdam, Moscow, New York, sort of waking up. Asia's just going to sleep, or it's just evening time, so a lot of them will still be awake as well. You have a good following for a short time, says Karen Porridge. Thank you very much for that. Well, what I try and do, I do realise I'm popular in the art scene, but I'm not one to say, well, I'm up here and you're down there. I like to just keep everything on an even keel and stuff the bullshit, all right? I just like to keep it that way. And if I can help you, I can. And if I can't, I'll admit that I can't bloody help you. And someone else can help me help you by helping you instead of me, okay? I'm just being myself. And yeah, and like I said, I'm just doing it part-time, as I do have my roofing job. That's what keeps me alive. But I'm planning, if I'm still doing this in 5 years' time, get rid of the tools, and my following will be big enough where I can put down my tools and do it full time, and I can give you quite a few tutorials and up and new coming things every week. Like there are a lot of YouTubers out there that do have full time for their channel. They're full time for their Patreon followers, so they can give their patrons rewards. I have a patrons channel platform, but I do say I don't have no rewards for anybody, just because I simply don't have the time or resources to create rewards for people. So if you do come on my Patreon platform, you're just one of those people that go, you know what, Ian, I like what you do, and here's a couple of bucks a month, bang, and you're joining my platform there. Okay. Hello everyone, says Janice LeBlanc. Karen Porridge, you have a good following for a short time. Read that one. Just started raining in Wigan, UK, says Paul Wren. Okay, you're getting some rain there. The rain stopped here now where I am. That's what I love about you, your humility. Humility? Okay, whatever that means, Nancy. I'm humble. I think it's humility. Anyway, I think you mean well there, don't you? You mean all right. Can you still hear me when I talk soft? I've got the lapel mic on. I'm wondering if they can hear me. Oh, you don't want to make that. They'll hear all your spit sloshing around in your... Oh, no. Probably can, can't you? Anyway, you seem to be a dinkum Aussie. That's good. Yeah, I'm a bit of a dinkum Aussie, I reckon. Yeah, I'd admit that. Means you're humble, Ian. Yeah, I worked it out. Like I said, I'm not the brightest light in the house, but yeah, I love your voice. Says, well, that's a weird name. I'm going to try and pronounce that. Priyanka. I love your voice. Thank you very much, Priyanka. Priyanka, where you from? Tell everybody where you're from, Priyanka. Rora, maybe. I can't pronounce that very well. Lisa Burkholder. I can hear you. Thank you very much, Lisa. Poor Ren. I just bought some gesso. Is that the same as you use flow white paint? I can't find flow white paint anywhere. That's one thing I've got to talk about is the flowing white and retarder. Everybody asks me that, and I do really, like, for me and others it might be just a basic thing. For those people who don't know about it, it is like, what the hell is it? I use the word flow white, but it's not a white gesso. Gesso's a chalky sort of, it's not gesso. Flow white is just a soft bodied paint. It's a craft paint. It's real, you can see the consistency of it when it comes out of the tube or the tub that I have. I just call it flow white. You find it in $2 shops. You do find it in the art shops. The brand I use is an actual brand I buy from the art shop called Global, and it's a student quality paint, so it's not a art quality. And I just use that with the retarder. That mixed with the retarder goes on my canvas, and it's allowing the canvas to be, as I say, wet and wanting. And then you're putting your acrylic paint on it, and without it, your acrylic paint's there, and it's like, I don't want to move. But when that retarder and the flow white, as I call it, craft white's there, it allows them paints to be manipulated and worked the way an oil artist can do with their oils, if you've watched a Bob Ross video. But I'm doing it in acrylic, so it's totally different. And the retarder is a medium that slows down at the drying time of the acrylic. So in my case, I'm doing a tutorial. I might do a sky in about 3 minutes, but in the video it's taken longer for me to do that because I'm stopping and starting and setting other things up. So I need it to stay wet longer. And I've done the sky color. It's still wet, it's not getting tacky, and allows me to put a cloud on. And then it allows me to blend that cloud into the blue. And then I might come back and put some grey or shadows in it. Everything's still wet, it's not tacking up, so that's what the retarder does. So hopefully, Paul Wren, that answered your question very well. If I use the liquid gel for the acrylic, does it work with white background? Is that supposed to say liquid? I'm pretty sure liquid gel. Does that work with the white background? I've never used a gel before. All I've ever used is water and retarder. And on the odd occasion, I've tampered with a bit of impasto. Impasto is a substance. You might have mixed up some paint. You got a pile of paint there and you go, oh no, it's not going to be enough. I've got to try and mix all that same colour again. Well, to me, what the impasto does, you might mix a dollop of paint and it's like, beautiful, I've done it. You grab the amount of impasto and put it in there and it's increased the volume. It keeps the same colour. That's all I've used, so I can't really answer that question about your gel. I've never used a gel, or is it glue, liquid glue for the acrylic? Oh, hang on a minute. If I use liquid, is it glue for the acrylic? Does it work with white background? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. You have to explain a bit better to me there. I'm sorry. All us Aussies are dinkum, Carol, says Carol, to Carolyn from Karen Porridge. Yes, we're all dinkum. Canada nationality, Indian, says, oh, there we go. Priyanka. She's from Canada, but she's Indian, from Canada, though. Good to have you on board there, Priyanka. Janice LeBlanc. Paul, I use Liquid Test Basics. Barry Radburn. Bloody right on, Karen. Yes, I think that's about, yes, we're all fair dinkum, fair go, eh? What do you reckon? There was some comedian show, and they were just going up to people in the street, as Aussie as you can be, and they just put the mic in their face, and you think they're going to have a full-on interview, and he just like, so what do you reckon? And giving them the mic, and it's just as fit. And they're like, what do you mean? I think they were doing it to tourists, but it was one of those funny comedy company shows or something. They were so much fun. I'll show that one there. Beverly Paddock. Where'd that one go? Found Flow paint in pump bottles. Yes, at Michael's. Bev in Detroit, Michael's USA, or Michigan, USA. You can find the global student paint on the internet as well. Just search up global paints and you'll see it there. It's in the bottle like you see me use on my YouTube videos there. The paint is softer than out of the tube. Yes, it comes out. That's why I call it, I just use the word flow, because it flows out, and it's a very soft body paint. It's a flowy paint. It's not liquidy, but it's very flowy. It's a craft paint. Pretty much the consistency of the ceiling white you paint your ceilings with in a house. You know, it's pretty much the consistency of that. And if you're desperate, you can give that a go with some retarder, because I have in my early days, but I don't promote it, because it's not it lasts on the ceiling for years in the house, so it probably would be all right. You know, paint is a science as well. The paint's softer than flows out of the tube. Yes, it is. How do we artists change price for our artwork when it's a fair price? What is a fair price? A fair price, to me, if it's just in person, depending on the subject, can relate to the price, the quality of the paints. There's just so many factors, but I'm not an expert on selling art. I sell mine just as a flat, a third of that is taken out in fees, so I'm left up with 2/3 of what I'm asking for a painting. But I sell mine for that price because it's that tutorial. That person loves it enough to buy it. They can go on YouTube and watch it be created again. I'm creating a bit of a name for myself, so it gets some popularity with it. I mean, I can probably put a bit more time and detail in it and ask 3 times the price and get it, but I'm not doing that. They're just tutorials. Some people, throw their tutorials away, but I do mine in a way where they're sellable, so I can use them, and it's not a wasted content. It can be moved on as a sale and be bought that way, okay? So with prices, you could, if it's anything the size of what I'm doing, like an A3 size, you can just start off with any, I don't know, let's say, depending on the quality, I don't know how long you'll be painting, I haven't seen your work, but you are more than welcome to message me and show me some of your art and say, well, look, Ian, this is what I'm talking about selling. What do you reckon is a fair price? And I can help you out that way. That'll be the best way to go about that. So that was for Amanda Whitney. Carolyn Butfield, we certainly are, Carolyn. It's just liquid paint. Many people use house paint too. There you go. Something's happened here. I'm just going to reset this page. What do we got going here? 23 people. I'm just going to reset this page here because something happened. Oh, now I've got to wait for the ad to... I know we've still got the messages there. Skip the ad. There we go, we're back. Okay, Nancy, liquid paint. Okay, welcome back to the live. Yeah, I'll just come back to me live there. Everything's in order down there. Okay. What else do I got to get across? Feel free to ask me more questions, and you're welcome to message me on Facebook if you have anything you need to ask when I'm not live. Be sure for all those beginners, they do wonder why their work's not happening this way or that way. Remember, you do need to do a lot of practice if you want to transpire into something a lot greater than what you're doing now. Practice will make you perfect and brilliant, trust me. Where did you learn to paint? Says Susan Wilkinson. You know what, like I said, I started in 2012, and in the afternoons in Australia, I'm watching the ABC, and this guy comes on and starts painting, and it's like, oh, bugger that, so I'll try and watch something I like. A couple of days later, I'm watching on TV again, that show come off, oh, bugger that, so I go and change the channel. And then about the third time I'm in the front lounge room watching telly and the art show come on, I'll watch it. And then I watched it, and I'm watching him paint. And I've always been artistic. I can draw. I've been drawing for donkey's years, you know, like graphite and pencil drawings of portraits and stuff. So I've got an artistic ability within me. I thought I'll give it a go, but it wasn't that easy. I was finding it hard, and my clouds were looking like just junk. My paintings, everything wasn't working. So I buying so many different paints and this and that, and I was on YouTube. They were showing me stuff, but there was a lot of stuff I wasn't getting. And the stuff that I wasn't getting, now that I have my own channel, I put that out there for you people. So I learnt to, then I've watched you people on YouTube, and I will acknowledge these people. I started watching the videos on YouTube from Len Hend. He's an Australian artist. He's based in Chiang Mai, backwards and forwards from Australia. I was watching his stuff. He's still got, it's all on his channel there. His stuff that he filmed back in the 80s. Bill Alexander, but he's an oil artist. Wilson Bickford, he's an oil artist as well, but I had already purchased all my acrylic stuff, and I was trying to paint like them, but it wouldn't work in acrylic. And somehow I stumbled across the retarder, and that helps me blend the way I blend. So I watched those people, and there was another guy, he's an Irish guy, Irish Magic or something like that. He was great to watch as well. So I started watching them people, and I was learning. I think, so that's how you do it. And then a lot of practice went into it to get to the way I paint today. Okay, so that's how I started. I wonder about acrylic house paint. Have heard people use it in their, they've used it in for paintings. Yes, I have used it as well, Karen. Here's one from Sandra. Do you use a clear coat or anything to protect the finished product? Or do you just hang the painting as it is? Your work is beautiful, by the way. Thank you very much, Sandra. I actually found the Sonjas. Okay, I'll release that one. This one is varnished. Like I said, this one's not out yet. This one in a couple of weeks. But when I know my paintings are finished or they're going to be sold, they're varnished. But if I feel they're not finished, I'll leave them unvarnished, because you sometimes look at them and think, oh, I want to add a bit more shadow and shade there, or a bit more detail here. But once you've varnished it, that's it, game over. You can't do anything. You can muck around and sand it back and try and doctor it, but if anything, you can work hard for yourself. So if it's going to be sold, varnish it and move it on in the sale. Or if it's going to hang up in a gallery, varnish it and let it be hung. But if you're not 100% sure it's finished, leave it as it is and don't varnish it, just in case you want to detail it or something like that, okay? This wire's pulling me backwards here. Get out of the wheel there. Got a few more questions there. So I hope that answered that for you, Sandra Horak. Janice LeBlanc. I actually found the Jasonje retarder in my local area. That's the one I use. That's a very good one. Getting some next week. I hope it works better than all the gels out there. Give it a go. Watch how I've used it. When I was learning from YouTube, I never came across anybody using it. I don't know if there is anybody else ever using it. I'm not really watching other YouTubers anymore. I do know of Grayscale. He's using a glycerin. Same principle, but it reacts different. It's sort of, when you finish the work, glycerin can still be settling, okay? But with the retarder, it stays there. So you need to understand and practice a lot more with it and see how it's going to work for yourself, okay? And then you'll be full bottle on it. Good morning, everybody, says Janice Burns. Good morning, Janice Burns. Good morning to you. Karen Porridge saying good morning, Janice Burns. Barris Redmond, g'day, Janice. They all know everybody. That's fantastic. I'm off to bed. Good night, everyone, says Carolyn Butfield. Good night, Carolyn. Have a good sleep. Night. So Carolyn saying good night. Catch you, Carolyn. They're all saying good night to you, Carolyn. It's a great community we got going here. It's fantastic, isn't it? I love it. And like I said, feel free to ask me something that's maybe, even if it's bugging you, even if there's a pet hate about me you might have, like something I might do in my videos or something of a habit of mine that you feel free to get it out there, you know, open up the can there and get things going here so everyone can have a insight of what's going on. Enter Apple password. Oh, Apple always wants you to enter passwords, bugger them. Did you find Steve, says Janice Burns? No, I haven't found him yet. He's been missing for 2 full days now. Tomorrow morning he'll be going into the 3rd day. It's now 8:30 p.m. here. I've been knocking on all the neighbours' doors. I just hope he's in love and sort of being a silly bugger for a couple of days, and he will be back. But I hope nothing foul's happened to him. I am a bit worried about him, but I will keep you informed. Yes. I don't even talk about it. I don't want to think about it because he means the world to me. So don't even talk about him at the moment, please. Anyway, other happy moments are here to have. Like I said, I want to thank Ann Fuller for joining my patrons platform. I want to thank Gisela Peterson and Joswina Pothouse for purchasing some paintings last week. Everyone that purchases my paintings gets an acknowledgement. And if you're posting up artwork on my art group page, just be sure to credit the reference you got from your artwork, whether it's a tutorial or someone's picture or photo. Just give them a bit of credit and mention their name, how you're inspired to do your painting, okay? And you're all doing it wonderfully on the group. You're supporting each other, and don't be shy to put pics of yourself up there. I love to see a bit more of the people behind their artwork, and I'm sure other people will as well. It gives the community in that group a bit more of a tight knit. I like painting, says Lucy Vieira. What a nice name, Lucy Vieira. What's your name? Lucy. Lucy who? Lucy Vieira. I like painting, says Lucy Vieira. I see La France. Oh, you must be from France, Lucy Vieira. Good stuff. Unfortunately, I cannot speak French. What have we got going here? 24 people. Do we have any more questions before I start to wrap it up? Where have we got? I hope he will be back soon, love, says Joswina. Thank you very much, Joswina. She always had a funny name to pronounce for me. It's G-O-S-E. It's spelt as Goss, but it's pronounced House, Joswina. It's amazing how some words are pronounced, isn't it? When will we say we are no longer beginners? 6 months or 12 months? No, you could be still a beginner in years. I know, I forget who it is, someone on the group page. They've only been painting for 6 months, but they've been doing it full-on practicing for 6 months. And anybody can look at their work and assume they've been painting for umpteen years. You are no longer a beginner when you can work on yourself, work on your own steam. You don't need to follow a tutorial how to paint something. To me, that's when you're no longer a beginner. We always need reference or subjects to paint. It's pretty hard to do a painting and not know what you're painting, or you're not having a reference to follow. To me, I would say you're no longer a beginner when you don't need people like me or somebody who's showing you how to do a sky or how your paint's going to react. Because in your painting journey, I have said it in the previous show, painting, there's a science behind painting, and paints are a chemical and they have their own reactions. And when you understand that, you know how you're working it. You're your own mad scientist in your art area at your easel, and you know what's going to work with what. And when you understand all that, you're pretty much no longer a beginner. But some beginners, well, they see, but we're always learning. You could be painting for like just 2 weeks and you might do something in front of me and I might pick up something and go, well, I've never done that before. I've never thought of that. You're always learning something no matter how long you've been doing it or how old you are. So you probably never stop being a beginner if you want to absorb more. You know what I mean? Luke Henley on the Facebook page has awesome work, says Gail Commodity. Luke Henley, okay, there's one to look at. Goss for you, says Goswina. Yeah, I call you Goss. Hoss, yeah, but I pronounce it as Goss. When will we say we're no longer beginners? 6 months or months? Yes, so Karen Porridge, yeah, there's probably a few ways you can look at that. And it's probably, you can look at your work and think, well, I can captain my own boat. I'm no longer a beginner, or no, I still feel I'm a beginner. And don't let that judge you, or if you feel it's intimidating, you don't let it be. A hungry person is a wise person for knowledge. Okay, they're the wise ones. Monday I'll be live again, says Hoswina. There you go. So Hoswina Puthouse will be live on her Monday. You would have to message her and find out what time that is for you. Beverly Paddock, lifelong learners is what we are. Exactly, Beverly. Gail Commodity, Janice, I love everything he does. Fair play, says Gail Commodity. She's saying that to Janice. I've missed it again, says Tabitha Williams. I've missed it again. Good morning. What have you missed, Tabitha? Tabitha's missed something. Maybe she missed this show and she finally caught it. Is that what you're talking about, Tabitha? I wonder. Long life beginners we are, Beverly Pat. Yes, we are. We're long life beginners, aren't we? How are we going there? What have we got there? We've got 22 people there. You. Tabitha's saying you. You missed me. Good stuff, Tabitha. Yay. Well, I'm here. What I've been doing, I usually come on Friday Night Live, 9 a.m. 9 p.m. New York time Friday. A lot of my audience are getting that show, but there are a lot of others that have been missing out and saying, I'm always asleep, or I'm at work, or I've got to go to work, or whatever. So I've tried a different time slot today, which was about 7:30ish Saturday night my time. I've looked at the world clock on my iPad there and saw when a majority of the people would be available to view. So that's hence the different time on this one. I'm just sort of experimenting with time because I like to give everybody a chance to have a go at me and not argue, but like ask me questions or nitpick or whatever. Have a live show and connect with me, okay? So yeah. You must be in the States. I'm pretty sure you're in the States, Tabitha. Tabitha Williams. Love that name, Tabitha. What's your name, Tabitha? You can have some fun. Oh, here's one here. Lucia Vieira. I can't read French. I wonder how you pronounce that in English. Jamie Vatre Travail. Like your job. Thank you very much, Lucy. Lucy Vieira. Wonderful. Okay, what else we got on my set your world clock? Told that. If you haven't already, give this video the thumbs up. Just takes you 2 seconds. And if you're not a subscriber and you're watching me now, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching the replay, hit the subscribe button. And if you like to be notified when I'm putting content on my YouTube channel, hit that little notification bell and your device will get a bing knowing, oh, Ian's put something up or Ian's live. You know what I mean? Yeah. Check the links in the description below. There's some there for my blooper channel. There's a few videos going with my bloopers behind the scenes when I was a few years ago, where mistakes and swear words were happening. And why they don't happen as often, I have been asked, is because I'm the only one in the studio. I'm operating the camera and everything, and I'm just too mindset to turn it on, get a bit done, turn it off and do the next bit. But before, when there was other people in the room on set there, accidents were happening and they were getting filmed, and it created the bloopers. So that's hence why they was made some now and not as many nowadays. There's one for my Facebook page in the links below. You can see what art I have for sale in my Facebook art album there. It'll show you what's available for sale. And I have over 240 videos in my YouTube catalogue there. So go to my YouTube channel. If you go to my, let's say, video playlist, it'll put all my videos in the one group, all my tutorials in one group there, and you can knock yourself out and just see what different subjects I have available for you people. There's a lot of it's beginners, but there's some advanced beginner stuff as well. Long time learners we are. Monday love again, missed you. Okay, we have one here from Barry Redburn. See you all next week. Gonna make a coffee with sugar. God, Barry, you're making me want a coffee, but it's too late at night. I'll be on the throne all night if I have a coffee now. Good on you, Barry. Got my coffee, Barry, with sugar too. We're all having sugar. Is the top painting on your right the next tutorial? It is a up-and-coming tutorial. Monday, there's a snow mountain and a cabin coming out. And then the following week will be the Bob Ross tribute. It's a evening sunset over a river there. And then the week after that would be the boathouse, which is in my capital city here. It's on my Swan River where I live. A lot of people that are familiar with Perth would have been there. A lot of people go there for photographs. So it is a tutorial, Janice, but that would be tutorial number 228. At the moment, there's only 225 on my YouTube channel. And on Monday, Tuesday, 226 will be uploaded, okay? Tabitha Williams, yes, Alabama, USA. I normally catch you live on the Friday night and have missed the group live. You have been saying my name correct. Tabitha. Yeah, I know that's an easy name to pronounce because I think I even said it before. It reminds me of Bewitched, Tabitha. Who was Tabitha? Was that the little girl, or was that... No, Sam was the witch, the mother, Bewitched. I think Tabitha was the little girl. But anyway, lovely name. I love it. Just the way the font looked, the T, the A, the B, the TH, the flip, the R. It's a great looking name. Some names are great looking. Some names sound, to me, this is how my artistic mind works. Some names sound good, but the actual looking of the word doesn't suit the lovely sound, but some names sound great and the words suit the sound of the name. That's just how my mind looks at things. Karen Porridge, got me beard, Janice. Karen's got her beard, Janice. Okay, did last night waiting for Ian to go live. Sorry about that, Janice. I'm live now. Yes, the daughter witch. Yeah, she was the daughter. I suppose she was only a little girl back then. She's probably all grown up and... Yeah, have to go into one of those videos, Where Are They Now, where you see all the little TV kids, what they were like in their TV shows, what they've become. Always interesting. Where are we? What have we got? We've got 17 people, so I might start wrapping this up before my battery dies. Like I said, share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you're watching the replay. Comment below and ask me anything you like. All my comments get read and acknowledged with a like, and if they warrant a reply from me, I do my best to answer them there. And you're welcome to add me on Facebook, but be sure to tell me you met me on YouTube and you want to add me as a friend, and you have the opportunity to chat with me direct if you want to ask me something. Gail Commodity, have thoroughly enjoyed being able to take part in your live chat, Ian. Thank you so much again for altering your schedule. Looking forward to next one. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Ian. Good night. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. to dive in the pool now. She's going to dive in the pool. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. It's been lovely talking to you all. I love you all. And like I say, if you like what I'm doing, you tell everybody, tell your friends, tell everybody. But if you don't like what I'm doing, then you tell everybody, all right? All the best. Goodbye, good luck.